Jaina Bosonko, and this is QTV News coming to you live from our studio on Caraba Avenue. Thanks for joining us. And here are the main local news headlines. Officials of the Q Group of Companies and the Gambia Transport Service Company, GTSC, intensify preparations ahead of Tuesday's commissioning of 33 new state-of-the-art buses acquired by the Q Group to support the country's transport sector. The Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology on Monday handed over computer laboratory equipment to GTTI at the launch of the National Technical and Vocational Education and Training Policy. President Adama Barrow on Monday presided over the official inauguration of the Royal Insurance Gambia Limited's head office on Battle Haddon Highway. Following recent revelations, food safety experts have been speaking to QTV about the serious implications for consumers of the use of pesticides on fish products. Those were the main headlines, and now the news in detail. Do stay with us. Thank you for joining us, and I am Jaina Bosonko, and you're watching QTV News. Now, officials of the Q Group of Companies and the Gambia Transport Service Company, GTSC, have been intensifying preparations ahead of Tuesday's commissioning of 33 new state-of-the-art buses acquired by the Q Group to support the country's transport sector. As we hear in this report by Ansumana Isunyasi, the event is expected to be presided over by President Adama Barrow at Makati Square in Banjul.
A proud moment for the Q Group and the GTSC leadership, who partnered to pull off what has been described as a massive project that seeks to greatly impact the country's transport sector. Following a competitive bidding process that saw several international companies also taking part in the tender, the Q Group, through its automotive and financial establishments, Espas Motors and Ajib Bank, respectively, were awarded the contract to purchase these state-of-the-art buses to help ease the burden within the transport sector. Jenna Baba is the marketing manager of GTSC, and she explains the impact these buses will have on the daily lives of ordinary Gambians and urges them to take ownership of the project.
GTSC in 2020 approached the Gambia government to alleviate transport challenges, especially in the urban, for Gambians at large. So this has been very instrumental, easing the demand, especially for commuters who scramble for vehicles, especially the demand for commuters who scramble for vehicles in the early hours of the mornings and late in the evenings when traveling to and from work, respectively.
As the only company that showed willingness to meet one of the main requirements of the bidding process, the Q Group was awarded the contract on July 1st last year after it agreed to pre-finance the purchase of these brand new buses. And this was followed by the signing ceremony on September 8, 2021. Fast forward to July 18, 2022, the buses, branded in the popular and beautiful colors of the Q Group of Companies, leave the Espas Motors complex for Makati Square in Banjul. Usman Kebe, General Manager QuantumNet, and Khalifa Sise, Chief Engineer of the GTSC, also spoke on the impact these buses will have on the transport sector.
We look at what is going to take the nation a leap ahead. That's what we are, and that's what we are known for as a household name. So obviously, when this particular project also came, we said, yes, this is a Gambia, and this is to benefit the community. This is to benefit Gambia as a whole. So if everybody knows the Q Group, that is the only thing we work for. What is going to develop our nation? What is going to take our people forward? And nothing is more important than having transportation. We've seen it, the crisis people go through when you're going to work in the morning. How many people line up on the street trying to get to work? So having this public transport or this partnership with GTSC to get this project done, it's our pleasure to do so, and we'll always take pride in doing so.
The demand has ever been more than the supply. But GTSC will always come on board as and when it's feasible for them to look into the demand of the people and come on board. This is just the beginning for the urban. Is a sort of 33 combination of 3 categories to start with, and we're looking forward for more and more and more in support with the parent company and also government of the Gambia. So tomorrow is going to be the day we're going to do the launching, and inshallah, by God willing, by Wednesday, we'll start rolling them out. So it will really definitely take time before, we start fitting into the traffic and also to the various targeted routes.
The vehicles are 8 city buses, 15 minibuses, 10 minibuses, and 1 tow truck. Each of these buses is fitted with security cameras and air conditioning for the comfort of passengers. And in what would be a sigh of relief for commuters, many of whom now pay triple fares to get to their destinations, officials have also hinted at plans to operate these buses at a lower tariff compared to the current fares. Answane So Nyasi for KTV News.
Now looking forward to the official handing over tomorrow, to be presided over by President Adama Barrow. Now on to the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology in partnership with UNESCO Dakar and the Korean International Cooperation Agency on Monday handed over computer laboratory equipment to GTTI at the launch of the National Technical and Vocational Education Training Policy. Omar Pijalo attended the event and fastened this report.
The project seeks to create an enabling environment that will give young people, especially girls, a better chance of finding decent employment by providing them with lifelong learning opportunities through technical and vocational education and training TVET. The donated equipment includes 125 high-performance computers, 23 3D printers, and 11 plotter printers worth over $400,000. Domrek King, the representative of the Korean International Cooperation Agency, KOICA, said the ceremony is to showcase the project's achievements and visibility and to disseminate the 3 activities that have been successfully completed under the project, namely the development and approval of a TVET policy, providing modern industry standard equipment for GTTI or USED, and strengthening the Education Management Information System (EMIS).
These donations would enable the achievement of our common objective for the TVET sector and the development of business and industries in the Gambia.
Oliver Pium, a representative of UNESCO, said despite the challenges of implementing the project, including the COVID-19 pandemic, all actors involved in this project have continued to work through an inclusive and participatory process to achieve the project's objectives.
So there's 125 computer, 23 3D printer, and 11 plotter printers will allow us beneficiary training center to provide course based on a practical and development of concrete expertise adapt to the demand.
Aliu Seka, the acting director of GTTI, said the donated ICT equipment will help the educators in delivering the curriculum to their learners professionally and effectively.
By making use of the power of technology to instruct our curriculum, we could eventually change how we deliver all our programs in both the main campus and the outreach centers.
Claudiana Cole, the Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, said relevant to the national TVET policy implementation is the provision of laboratory equipment. Thus, these computers and 3D printers will go a long way towards changing the landscape of education and training delivery in the Gambia.
TVET is important for the development of any country. And if we are to talk about TVET at the level of higher education, we must, first of all, think about it at the level of basic and secondary education, because that's where it all begins.
The Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Professor Per Gomez, said it is argued that education is a foundation for peaceful, democratic and resilient society. But there is a public outcry that education is in deep crisis, which has been worsened by the COVID-19 pandemic. Adding that some of the issues affecting education include quality, inclusiveness, gender disparity, and the use of outdated curriculum and pedagogy, which does not equip students with the critical knowledge and skills to navigate in this rapidly changing global market, nor to respond to the issues of climate change or deal with the digital revolution to meaningfully contribute to society.
The development of a highly qualified intellectual capital from our educational institutions at all levels, specifically TVET, must concentrate with the must commensurate with the quality of the mechanisms, processes, and products that are in place in these institutions.
With this equipment, learners will be exposed to modern delivery systems and be properly prepared to model their programs to industry standard and thereby gradually address the current industry-university mismatch. Reporting for QTV News, I am Omar P. Jallo.
From education, now we take a look at insurance, as President Adama Barrow on Monday presided over the official inauguration of the Royal Insurance Gambia Limited modern head office on the Battle Harden Highway. The event was also attended by prominent personalities from within and outside the country. Ali Sise was there and fastened this report.
Royal Insurance Gambia Limited is a general insurance company which started operation in March 2014. 8 years on, the company is renowned for its outstanding customer satisfaction and commitment to providing quality insurance in the event of fire, motor and marine accident and general accident. The construction of the new head office, dubbed Royal Insurance House, forms part of management's ongoing efforts to provide the best working environment and condition for its staff to better respond to the needs of their increasing customer base. The inauguration ceremony was witnessed by prominent personalities from within and outside of the country, and among them President Barrow, who expressed delight at being invited to inaugurate the head office as he congratulates the company. President Barrow said his government is committed to the development of the insurance sector and by extension the private sector.
My government is highly committed to promoting the development of the insurance industry in the Gambia. Personally, and my government, we will continue to support the business sector. Aware of the impressive contribution of the insurance companies to national economies in the sub-region and beyond, we will continue to ensure that all necessary avenues are explored to step up and sustain relevant economic reforms that would further strengthen insurance practice and restore trust and confidence in insurance companies in the country.
Makaira Bajan, Managing Director of Royal Insurance Gambia Limited, said Royal Insurance Gambia Limited had and continues to be committed to serving the interests of customers despite the challenges along the journey.
Our dedicated staff work day in, day out to make Royal what it is today. From my able and dynamic management team to the office cleaner, staff at Royal are exceptionally hardworking and extraordinarily committed. We could not have asked for any better team. I could not have asked for a better team. You are truly the best out there, guys. I'm really proud of you.
The presence of the president was described as a demonstration of his commitment to support and work with the private sector for the progress and development of the country. For a proud and joyful Mrs. Seno Thomas Sow, founder and executive vice chair of Royal Insurance Gambia Limited, the occasion was historic for our insurance company, as he attributed its success to hard work and team spirit.
No insurance company has ever done this in this country within this short period, built its company house with its own funds within this short period.
Paul Mendy, Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of the Gambia, the country's financial regulator, said the new building will inspire trust and is worth emulating by all insurance service providers. He said there are plans to initiate reforms that will transition the insurance sector into a robust and vibrant sector.
Part of the reforms include the drafting of the new insurance legislation and comprehensive guidelines that are in line with international best practice. The major outcome of these reforms will be the establishment of an independent insurance commission as obtained in other parts of the world.
The construction project lasted 18 months, and as they celebrate this achievement, the company intends to continue to make its service accessible to all. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
From that story by Aliou Cisse, we will now go for a short commercial break. And when we come back, we have some more local news stories for you. Do stay tuned.
The Gambia OIC Secretariat, in collaboration with the Office of the President and Imogam Hotels and Resorts, wishes to invite the general public to the foundation stone laying of a 5-star Radisson Blu Hotel by the President of the Republic of the Gambia, His Excellency Adama Barrow, on Saturday, 23rd July 2022 at 4 p.m. The construction of a 5-star hotel is one of the key priority projects in preparation for the forthcoming OIC Heads of State and Government Summit. The hotel will have 400 rooms, including 60 presidential and royal suites. The The 5-star hotel will ensure the guests receive a befitting accommodation experience. Additionally, it will diversify our tourism portfolio by providing luxurious accommodation facilities for high-end tourists. Let's come out and support this massive development.
Join President Adama Barrow in the official commissioning of the new GTSC urban transportation fleet tomorrow, Tuesday the 19th July at 11 a.m. at the July 22nd Square in Banjul. Over 30 new state-of-the-art buses will be added to the GTSC fleet in order to ease the burden of transportation across the country. GTSC and the automotive arm of the Q Group, Espas Motors, have partnered to make this initiative a reality, and all the buses will be on display in the square. Joining President Barrow in the grand ceremony will be the Honourable Minister of Transportation, Mr. Ibrahim Silla, government ministers, the Chairman of the Board of GTSC and Managing Director of the Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation, Mr. Salom Malang, GTSC General Manager, Mr. Sidi Kani, Q Group CEO, Mr. Mohamed Jar, and many other dignitaries. The public is invited to witness this historic moment for transportation in the Gambia tomorrow, Tuesday 19th July at 11 a.m. at July 22nd Square in Banjul.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV News, and I am Jenna Bosonko. Now, recent findings of the use of pesticide on fish products following lab tests have generated food safety concerns in the Gambia. Meanwhile, food safety experts have been speaking to QTV about the serious implications for consumers of the use of pesticides on fish products. Mondo Lamin Choi has the rest of that.
Pesticides are chemical substances designed to kill insects, small animals, wild plants, and other unwanted organisms. At least 5 pesticides, including Sniper, have been confirmed as being used on fish products, thereby posing serious health threats to local consumers, most of whom depend on fish products for daily meals. Joseph Nden, a food safety specialist, gave us his analysis of the findings.
The implication is that pesticides, they are not to be used on fish. Pesticides are meant to be used on plants. We are told now that there is evidence that they have been used on fish. So that's a very serious matter, because it means that now it is possible for consumers to buy fish which contains pesticides. And that's a very serious matter.
Even the use of pesticides on plants has safety guidelines for farmers and consumers. Fish processors are likely to cause harm to consumers, most of whom are ignorant of whether a fish product is safe for consumption.
If you buy a pesticide, it has instructions on how you should use the pesticides, instructions on the quantity that you should use, in what types of plants you should use it, and also, the time that you should harvest the plant, the withdrawal period. There is a time that you're giving us advice as to when it is now safe for you to harvest the plant.
One food safety expert who prefers anonymity gives his reaction to the findings on the use of pesticides, including Sniper on fish products. In a written statement, he says, and I quote, "This has a huge implication on the consumers and our export trade. Sniper is not recommended to be used on food commodities. This is a classic misuse of insecticides. The use of Sniper on foodstuff has long-term effect on consumers. The cumulative effect through the consumption of fish products could lead to conditions such as Parkinson's diseases, asthma, depression and anxiety, attention deficit and hyperactive disorder and cancers, including leukemia." End of quote. The food safety expert also raises a critical concern, saying, quote, "What is more worrying is tests have only been conducted on fish products. Are we sure Sniper pesticide is not applied on other foodstuff like meat?" For an immediate response to the food safety problem, the expert recommends an immediate recall of all Sniper pesticides in the market and a ban on the import and sale of the product. In May this year, the National Environment Agency had announced a ban on importation, distribution, sales and use of sniper in the Gambia by October 31st. Food safety and quality should be everyone's business, for it is a collective responsibility. The public is advised to call a toll-free line 1299 and report any food safety concerns to FSQA for remedial actions. An important reminder for all on this highly significant public health issue is better put by a German philosopher, Ludwig Feuerbach, in his famous phrase, "We are what we eat." Mahmoud Lamin Choy, QTV News.
We are definitely what we eat. Now, every child has a right to education, which can be a tool to change their lives and close the gap in social inequality, which is why getting a good start in education is important. The African Children's School held their 11th graduation ceremony on Saturday for Nursery 3 and Grade 6 pupils. The event also saw presentations by pupils and prize giving. Ajibintu Drame has more.
Education is a powerful tool for breaking the cycle of poverty, supporting child survival, growth, development and well-being. This needs a strong foundation. In a colorful ceremony in Burusubi, the African Children's School graduated 19 pupils. Usman Ba, the Minister of Information and Digital Economy, encouraged the pupils to be committed in order to be successful and make an impact.
By the grace of Allah, then go out and study for the required result and wiggle out of the possible funding and all the necessity. With such formalization commitment, you will certainly make it. The other thing is that when you want to set your goals, make sure it is something you love to do or love doing. Your passion for it alone is enough to fuel your commitment.
Poetry, spelling, choreography and arts and craft by the talented and eloquent pupils were showcased to the delight of the crowd. In addition, as a way of celebrating and motivating staff, a motorbike was presented to a female teacher, honoring her for her immense work. Reverend Richard Jackson, president and founder of African Children's School, expressed excitement for a successful event. He further encourages parents to invest in their children's education for a better tomorrow.
Unlike other schools in the Gambia, we do a lot of subjects that are not done in other schools, like agriculture science. We do literature in the primary section. We do creative writing. We do a lot of subjects that really help the children, as well as something like you've seen today, martial art. The children do dancing, they do music. My advice is that they should send their children to school and they should do their best to encourage them so that they will learn in a good school like ours. When the children come here, we really help them to become better people tomorrow in future and contribute to the development of the country, the Gambia.
Prizes were given to outstanding students. Among them, Yusufa Jallo, a graduate who bagged 6 prizes across a range of subjects. Yusufa Jallo thanked his teachers for the hard work they did in contributing to his success and encouraged his fellow pupils to study hard.
I feel extremely happy and thankful to African Children's School. I want them to be serious and focus on anything they are doing.
Ramatullah Tarawale, Yusufa's proud auntie, says she feels elated for her nephew. She implores teachers and parents to motivate and support their children in the things they love doing, especially relating to education.
We are so proud as a family. They keep calling his name over and over, and there was a time I even felt as if I was going to cry, and this was all tears of joy. I would have to give this credit to both the parents and the teacher. The mother and the father are very hardworking. They are working parents, but when they come home, they always give time to their children. For the school as well, I have nothing but pride, and I want to say thank you to the proprietor and the teachers.
At the end of the event, certificates were awarded to the graduates. African Children's School was established in 1996 in the North Bank region and expanded to the Greater Banjul area. The school has over 200 students and has graduated over 200 pupils over the years. Ajibintu Drame, QTV News.
Now, congratulations to those little ones. Now, a serious car crash Tuesday happened along Sting Corner along the Banjul Highway after a passenger van crashed into one of the lamp poles on the highway. The driver is said to have lost control of the wheel after one of the car tires burst. Though there were no fatalities, many of the passengers sustained serious injuries and are currently admitted at the Ndemban Clinic in critical condition. QTV spoke to an eyewitness, and here's an excerpt.
I was coming from around Joshua going to Banjul. On the way, then I saw the vehicle was already, the tire was already, and I just when I have puff, then the driver was not trying, maybe the driver was running in a speed. Then unfortunately, he somersault. When he somersault, I have to stop the traffic and call people to come and help. You know, that's why, you know, that's why then from there, then we try to rush them to the Neman Clinic. You know, yeah.
Were there any fatalities? You talk about rushing them to the clinic. Have you seen, I mean, the people, the condition in which they were?
Yeah, I saw their condition because the condition is very critical. I saw their condition because I was here when the accident happened. I was here. Then from there, then I called the vehicle. Then I called some of the vehicle was passing. The paramilitaries. Then I have to stop the paramilitaries and tell them that to come and help.
Can you describe their conditions for us?
Yeah, their conditions. You know, I know the lady. The lady is you know, she have a serious wound. Some of them, maybe 3 or 4 of them, they have a serious wound. And then also there are some boys and some students also there inside the vehicles. You know, coming from Banjul, you know, yeah.
Unfortunate situation there. From that, I'm afraid that is all we have time for. Join us at 10 p.m. for another bulletin. Thanks for watching.